Hi, welcome to the MediaBreaker Studios tutorial. This is an introductory tutorial to show you how to set up a studio in MediaBreaker Studios. This video is aimed primarily at educators and teachers who will be working with their students to help them edit and remix videos in MediaBreaker Studios, and I'm going to show you the basics of setting up an account and getting your students ready to start editing in MediaBreaker Studios. MediaBreaker Studios is designed to work within the Chrome browser, so make sure everyone who's using it is using the Chrome browser. Now I'm going to show you the first steps to registering an account as a teacher, and it's important to know, if you go to the MediaBreaker website, mbstudios.thelamp.org, you'll land on this page. This is for teachers to log on to. You should make sure that you don't send students to this website to log in, because then they would log in as a teacher and then they would not be able to log in with that email address as a student. So you will first register as a teacher and then invite students to join the studio, and I'll show you how to do that. First, you're going to want to register your account, so you can enter your name and your school and enter the email address you would like to use, and you can come up with any password you like. Make sure you read the terms of agreement, and then when you agree, you are registered, and you should receive an email welcoming you to MediaBreaker Studios. Now I have created my studio, and the first thing you'll see is create a new experience. An experience is the selection of videos that you want students to start editing and remixing and critiquing and commenting on within the MediaBreaker Studio editor. So you can create a new experience, and it can be called anything. I'm going to create one about looking at gender roles in advertising. Then you would add a summary of what this is about. You can add directions and a description of what you want the students to explore. And this you can embed links. What I like to do is create like a Word document where I have all this embedded, and then I paste that right in so I don't have to think of it on the fly. But just make sure that if you're including YouTube links, that if you're working within a school, that YouTube isn't blocked. If it is blocked, students won't be able to see those links, so keep that in mind. And now you have your studio created and you're ready to add media. But before I do, I want to just point out that there are two videos that you can watch here about how to comment critically on video material that you're using, and a video on fair use and under US copyright law. There's some other buttons here. View break gallery, that's something that you would do once your students have created video breaks or edits. They'll go to this break gallery. But the first thing you would want to do is add some media. This is an online cloud-based application that allows you to upload videos and then send those out to your students, which is really useful. That's something you can't do. That's a little bit harder to do if you were using another video editor like iMovie, where you'd have to make sure every student has a copy of the videos you want them to critique and analyze and explore. But I'm going to show you how to download videos off of YouTube and then upload them to MediaBreaker Studios. What you want to do is find the video content that you want to use. In this case, I'm going to use an ad. I'm going to copy the link, and then I'm going to go to a different website. There's lots of these websites that you can use to download video off of YouTube. Be careful using these, because they are full of adware and misleading pop-up windows, so you have to just be a little bit careful when you're using these and not click the wrong button. I use this one in particular, but there's several that you can choose from. I find this one easier to use. Oh, by the way, it's in German. You might want to switch it to English if you're not fluent in German. The first thing you want to do is paste the link that you want to download or extract from YouTube. And then you want to select the type of file. You want to download MP4 files. That's the video file type. Before you click convert, you want to change the MP4 quality to 480p. That's going to be a little bit lower quality, but it's going to run faster in MediaBreaker Studios and in the MediaBreaker editor. If you're on a slower network, which if you're at a school you probably are, you have bandwidth limitations, and it's going to be very difficult when multiple computers are streaming high quality HD video. So that's a long-winded way of saying select 480p as the MP4 quality. So then you click convert, and this is going to a pop-up window. I don't want that. You actually want to go to this window that looks like this, and you're going to click on download, and then it'll download to my downloads folder. So then I'm going to go back to MediaBreaker Studios, and I'm ready to upload that media. I'm going to go to my downloads folder and upload it, and then you can add a description, and you can keep it short, book a title. So then I save that, and it's going to upload. The progress will be down here at the bottom. This is something you might want to do at home and not at school. May go a little faster. So now I look down here, and it says the Toys R Us ad. That's the description I filled in. And you can now open it in MediaBreaker, which I'll do in a moment. This is a thumbnail image of the video. Right now you're seeing a black frame because that's the first frame in the video, but as long as students know what to open, it'll be fine. This is the media that your students will be working with. That they'll see a very similar looking page here, and then they'll be able to open it in MediaBreaker. So if I click open in MediaBreaker, that'll open the editor where your students will be doing most of the work. So if you'll see there's a bit of a delay, that's just because it takes a little bit of time for the video to stream from the servers, the MediaBreaker servers, to your computer. So it's not actually working off of, the video is not actually local on your hard drive, it's being streamed remotely. So that's why there's sometimes a delay. And when you have lots of students working in the MediaBreaker editor at the same time, it can get a little slow, and so it requires a bit of patience. So I'm going to go back from the editor to MediaBreaker Studios, and then if you click on My Students, you can invite students. So this is how students will access the MediaBreaker Studios and experiences that you create. You'll enter their email address, make sure that you verify that the student is at least 14, and you confirm the above, and then click invite. And then so you have to do that manually for each student. Then have your students check their email accounts for the invitation and make sure that they're logging in via that invitation. And it's very important that they click the link in the body of the text of the email. If they click on another link, such as this one at the top of their email, that will take them to the launch page where they would register as a teacher, and you don't want them to register as a teacher. You want them to join your MediaBreaker Studios only through the emailed invitation. So you can always resend the email, and you can see which students you have invited and when. So once you've invited all your students, then they can access the MediaBreaker editor and start working on the videos that you have selected. One important thing to note though, when students sign on, they should see their own email or their assigned email up here, and if they see an email that says mbguestuser@thelamp.org, like it says right here, that is a bug, and they won't be able to submit their final video to the break gallery for you and for the rest of the class to see if they have this mbguestuser account. Part of your process should be making sure that they're seeing their email and not this one. If they see this one, they're going to have to log in using a different email. So it's handy to have some extra student emails that you could create in Gmail. And that's it for this video tutorial on how to get started in MediaBreaker Studios.